This map is absolutely nuts, and it will test your skills if you're planning on going through here, like, and challenging yourself to never have to use a winch. You are absolutely going to be challenged, and you and your vehicle are both going to be challenged. Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and in this video, we are back on the Rockingham map, which is a map that we haven't been on in actually a very long time. Now, I showed this map quite a bit on the channel a while ago, and it very recently received a big update. Now, the creator of the map did say in the sort of updated description that the console files would be added later on down the road once the map was complete, in case you're curious, and also the vehicle that I'm using, which is John Hot Rod's console-friendly Bronco Raptor, should be available on just about every console, at least as this is being recorded. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and head out on some trails, see what this thing can do out here since I've never brought it out to this map before, and also see what the updated version of this map feels like and plays like. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. I've always loved this particular section of the map. This particular section, to me, is actually one of the most creative sections of the map because you rarely ever see mod maps or campaign maps, for that matter, in SnowRunner that are sort of built in this, like, terraced kind of way. It's not a design style that you normally see a lot of, and so it's really interesting to see it on display here. Now, let's see. Which trail do we want to go ahead and take on first? I'm actually thinking I want to go ahead and go further down and see if we can get down into this ravine and start this loop. Now, there's a lot going on in this trail system, and it might just look like a singular corner of the map per se, but I think that y'all are going to find out very, very quickly that this is a lot more in depth than it looks on the surface. Now, I'm going to try and sort of temper my speed a little bit so y'all can see the map in more detail and we don't necessarily just blaze right over everything. But, oh! Is it bad that I forgot that there was a flipped over, like, just standard Dodge Durango down here? It's just like, oh, yeah, that's just there. All right, now let's see how we do. And so far, to be honest, I mean, I don't think we're going to run into anything. I could be wrong here, but I don't think we're going to run into anything that's going to beach this thing. I mean, we're on like a 42-inch tire. We've got long travel coilovers. We've got, well, I wouldn't say gigantic axles, but they look like 1-tons at the very least. I don't know. They look like 1-tons to me, but they could just be like, I don't know. They could just be a really beefy, like 3/4-ton axle. I'm not sure. I'm going to say they're a set of modified 1-ton axles, but if I'm incorrect on that, let me know in the description, in the comments below. Easy. Every once in a while, you've got to let this thing flex out just to look at the suspension. At least I do. I love letting this thing flex out just to get a look at everything that's going on underneath it. Just trying to make sure I don't flip over that edge. This right here would be terrifying in the real world, and I would be upside down up against the tree or on the trail below, or at worst, in the river. So let's go ahead and just ease our way back up onto the trail and take a realism mulligan because, well, yeah, didn't go so well. All right, let's go and back you up real quick. Ooh. It's a lot trickier than it looks. It's a much trickier trail system than it looks like on the surface, especially because, like, it doesn't exist, like, on the edge of a cliff or something. It's like you can get into just as much trouble on a technical trail in the middle of the woods than as you can on a trail that's right on the edge of a cliff. I mean, obviously, one is gonna probably have a little bit higher of a penalty if you mess up, but, like, you can get into just as much trouble on a trail like this if you're not paying attention. Oh my God! These rocks are huge. And I think because there's so much, like, foliage and grass and trees and just general shrubbery around the rocks and around the trail, it's a little bit like it plays with your head a little bit because you're like, those rocks don't look that big. And then you actually approach one with like a 42-inch tire, and it's way bigger than you would have possibly thought. Oh, I love that though. How there's almost like I wouldn't call it a mud pit, but just like a little bit of a body of water like in the rocks themselves. That's so sick. And actually a really realistic design element too. Come on. What are you stuck on? Find some grip. Easy. Okay, I'm like stuck. Let me just ease it back a hair and then see if I can bump it in low plus. Still not having it. Okay, I think I'm gonna change up my line just a hair. There we go. Oh, it's actually caught on the underside. We're high centered. Hold on. Back it up just a tad. Whoop! You back up too far and you're in that water. And then and then it becomes a lot worse. Oh my God. Yeah, if you're looking for a challenge, you've definitely got one here. And now we're just in the drink. Okay. I see what they did here. This is like, not only do you have to really think about what you're doing, you have to think about your vehicle choice, your line choice, your tire choice. It all becomes a factor. Now I just got to get out. And I'm not going to spend forever on this obstacle, so I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a winch assist. Come on. There we go. Oh, easing it up the rocks, and we should be fairly okay in just a moment. Easy. And we're solid. Yeah, these obstacles are not playing around, even in something this gnarly. I mean, you want a challenge? You want to take a vehicle like this and put it to a real challenge? Holy crap. Like, bring it here. Because this is nuts. This is absolutely next level crawling that you can not only get immersed into, but you can very quickly get caught out by. I mean, it is a map that you have to really just have your full attention on it at all times. Otherwise, you're kind of done. And oh my God, look at that view. It's so realistically designed. I mean, this is essentially what off-roading and wheeling in the Southeast looks like. And it's so realistically recreated here. I love how there's like a random pond in the middle here too. And you could even use that as like a makeshift mud pit if you really wanted to. Give myself just a little bit of a speed boost through there. But now we got to go back to low because it's getting gnarly again. It really does feel like something right out of like Ultimate Adventure. Drop the front axle down. Ooh, that's a lot steeper than it looked. Oh my God, that is so steep. Every single obstacle on this thing will drop you into basically a whole new challenge, really. Is it winching to what's right in front of me? Yep, it is. I love when it does that. The SnowRunner quick winch system is so smart. So smart. I love sarcasm. It's great. Easy. I was starting to slide right towards the edge, too. I'm like, please don't. The creek is not my goal. And then we slide off the rock again. Must be our tires being freaking coated with mud. Come on. There we go. And now this fallen tree just wants to roll right into my path. This is very active. You have to be so engaged. Like really just constantly engaged all the time. Just letting it roll and lumber through. Why do I feel like this would be just a hair better if we were in something that had a short wheelbase? And I am not doing too hot again. Come on. Maybe try to hook the front axle. Oh, there we go. Maybe walk it back to the left. Just a little bit. Still not having it. All right, I've got one more strategy, maybe. And that's high range with a lot of wheel speed, and it's... Still not having it. Okay. Okay. Let's ease it around. And it still says no. All right, yep, we're going for the... Oh, my God. We're going for the winch. And up you go. Yeah, wow. It might not have, like, enormous mountain views, but in terms of sheer challenge and in terms of, like, well, challenge, realism, and everything in between, holy crap. This map is absolutely nuts, and it will test your skills if you're planning on going through here, like, and challenging yourself to never have to use a winch. You are absolutely going to be challenged, and you and your vehicle are both going to be challenged. Make your way up and around. Find the grip. Make your way up and over again. There we go. Kind of struggling. There we go. We're good. Let me see if I can... There we go. No, 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 no. Oh, I wanted to use the wheel speed to my advantage. All right, come on. No, I ran out of... Well, I ran out of beans, y'all. Come on. It is so not having it. All right, I'm just gonna leave it in high and give it the winch. I really thought we could make it up that chute in high. I really did. Spun the whole freaking way. Well, I know I've definitely found my new challenge map for sure. Like, a lot of people would look at a vehicle like this and think, oh, that's so overpowered, it'll walk through everything. No, just bring it here. Bring it here and then let me know how the whole take of it being overpowered and walking through everything goes for you, because it certainly does not do that here. But, like, while I definitely want to keep exploring this map, I do have a couple of other things that I do need to get to today. But with all of that being said and done, y'all, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and let me know if you're excited for this map's full release, hopefully soon, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.